Welcome into Crunch Time with Chris. My guest is the girls basketball coach at Kickapoo. In fact, they're coming off back-to-back Final Four appearances. They've been there 4 of the past 5 seasons, 6 of the last 10. They're off to a 6-0 start this year, preparing for the pink and white tournament. My guest is in her 3rd year as head coach. After 15 years as a Lady Chiefs assistant, Leslie Hanchey. How are you?
I'm good, thanks.
Awesome. Hey, by the way, we are sponsored today. No, we're not, by Captain Crunch. That's a running joke. Maybe someday we'll be sponsored by General Mills or something like that. Coach, congrats on the success. Right out of the gate, 6-0.
Yep.
How's the team looking right now?
We got about 12 kids that can play at any given time. We're doing pretty well. We're staying healthy. Got a little sickness going on. It seems to be going around everywhere, but hopefully by the time pink and white gets going here in about a week, we'll be ready to rock and roll.
Yeah, top seed in pink and white. I was told last year that the girls want to play in the pink division. They like they like to be in the pink division versus the white. Is that true? Is that
I don't know if I've ever heard that. Who told you that?
I probably should keep their identity a secret, but they're like,
maybe it's because the pink gets to start.
Not fair, go. No,
in Weiser.
Right.
Maybe
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
I love playing in Weiser.
Okay, is that the reason?
That may be the reason.
That might be. I didn't know that. I figured it couldn't be the color, but I was like, okay, is there a difference? I didn't notice, but that makes sense because of different gyms. Yeah. And we know in the blue and gold, you have to go into the auxiliary gym as well, which, by the way, is where legends were made. That is correct. That is where the Lady Bears had their best seasons. But I understand. I understand. If I was a kid, I'd want to play in the best stadium. Yep. That's awesome. Okay, so you return what, 9 seniors? Is there 5 seniors out of 9?
The boys have 9 seniors.
Okay.
But we have 5.
Right.
You want me to talk about them?
Yeah, go for it.
Sure. So we have Josie Salazar. She is an all-state point guard for us. She is signed with Drury. Great kid. Then we have Lexi Ringgold, who moved to us from Nixa last year.
Yes.
6-foot post. She just recently verbaled to Newman. So we got 2 that are going to go on and play in college next year.
That's right.
And then I got 3 other ones that are 3-sport athletes. Katie Vaughn, Bella Bateman, and Natalie Coons. Katie plays softball, which is her main sport, basketball and soccer. And then Nat does tennis, basketball and track, and then Bella does cross country, basketball and track. So great kids.
By the way, I love the notes that you brought here. Yeah, you want to make sure you get it right. That's good.
Credit where credit is due.
I put the notes on my phone, so I always say, like, Coach, I'm not checking a text message or anything. I
fine.
put it all in there, but yeah, that's good stuff. I think I had written down here, would it be 9 returners you have?
Yes.
That would be it, and 5 of them are seniors?
Correct.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. And then Josie Salazar, you're saying what, she's added for 18 points right now?
16, 18 points right now.
Okay, yes. And obviously, you and I first met last year with Michaela Pilley's Athlete of the Week. How is she doing up there at Fort Hays State?
She's doing great. I actually just talked to her yesterday. She's going to be in town next week, so we're going to go get some lunch. But she is working herself into the rotation. It was a little bit of a hard transition at first, just because being 6.5 hours away from home, and she's the biggest homebody you'll ever meet. She's mad that they don't have crumble cookie and that they don't have Andy's ice cream.
Yeah.
But no, she's doing a great job.
There's Michaela.
I think they've lost 1 game so far. I think they're ranked like 3rd or 4th in the nation for
That's awesome.
Basketball. So she's doing great.
Yeah, I mean, she's the latest in a long line of kind of torchbearers for you. And it feels like, I mean, we've got the board in the office for Athlete of the Week of the future. We want to get to Josie here by the end of the season. Does she kind of, did she learn a lot from someone like Michaela as she prepared for her senior year?
So we actually talked about this the other day. So she's had all these different greats before her. Before Michaela, she had Kaya Johnson. Kaya Johnson, who's playing volleyball at Missouri State, and she was the heart and soul of our team her senior year when we went to the Final Four. And then she grew up watching, Bella Fauntleroy, grew up watching India Green. So she's had some great examples of players that have kind of set the foundation for our program, and she's just taking that torch and going with it.
Yeah, I remember because I did the Athlete of the Week on Reese Kimmery on the boys' side.
Yeah.
There we go. And we were talking about just like the legends before him.
Oh, there's a lot.
Yeah, and these programs, it's so interesting to me how that works. The dynamic of just kind of creating that for players who come up. And obviously, I mean, you were with the program for 15 years as an assistant. Yep. You obviously had opportunities to go do other things. Hey, there you are, Coach.
Oh, it looks like I've been crying. That's great.
We'll go to some new video here. That's good. Yeah, we have video from the last few years. I think that last one we just showed was from one of your Final Four teams. I mean, first of all,
there she is.
Yeah, there's Josie. Yeah, so you had so the first 2 years, you're going back to back Final Fours. I mean, there's you just got to keep this up. Every year you have to go, right? Exactly, as head coach.
No pressure.
So what made you, so you're 15 years as an assistant, but you stayed with Kickapoo the whole time. What made that a place for you, to stay in as assistant, and then what made this the right time for you to become the head coach?
So my entire family, we've been a part of Kickapoo since I was a little girl. I went to Kickapoo. I played for Stephanie Phillips whenever she was there. My parents met at Kickapoo, graduated from Kickapoo, and they're married to this day. So my entire family, we have been Kickapoo since day one. So when Coach got diagnosed with her cancer, I was at SBU at the time.
Okay.
And she had said, hey, she knew that I was kind of unhappy and thinking about leaving. She's like, I need some extra help. Would you come and just help me this next year? Because I'm going to be, she had her chemo treatment. She had all those different things going on. And I was like, yes, absolutely. Not thinking it would be a career, like this is what I'm going to do with my life. Well, after the first month, I'm like, this is it. I just loved it. Loved being in the gym, loved being around the girls, obviously the program, being around with her. And then I've just been there ever since. Changed my major, changed everything, and it was life-changing for me.
Yeah, and then obviously, the opportunity came up a few years ago to take over the program. It must be at the point where you just feel, is it a sense of pressure that you have to continue that legacy? You're doing great, obviously. Thanks. 2 for 2 here, all right? Yeah. Final 4 appearances.
I just want to make sure that I continue to carry the tradition on, whether it be not necessarily winning, but just the discipline behind it and the history of Kickapoo and how kids want to come play and making sure that they also have fun. I feel like as the years have gone on, we've really made a point. Like Jim Pendergrass was such a great mentor for me, and he always would say, you have to make sure the kids are having fun. If they're not having fun, they're not going to play hard for you. So there's a lot of pressure, but it's a good pressure because we have great kids that want to buy in and they want to do well. And so every year's different, but it's fun. It's a lot of fun.
How early do you start recognizing that, the girls, because at this point, if my math is right, 18 years in the program? Yeah. Is that right? Yeah. By the way, I'll have what you're having, okay?
Oh,
You've been in the program for 18 years?
Yeah,
okay.
I'm starting to get the grays. And
finally. Okay, yes. You look great, Coach. All right. So now at this point, you literally could have, Josie's a senior, you could have, you were in the program when she was born?
Yeah, and I always ask them, how old are you when this? And they're always like 7 or 5, and I'm like, all right, never mind. Yeah, so we've had so many greats come through. I don't even know if you remember like Annie Armstrong. She was part of that first class that I went through. She went and played a jury and was an All-American, and now she's living out. I keep in touch with a lot of them.
Yeah. I've been here for 4 years, so anything in the last 4 years I have probably heard of.
Sure.
But I'm still learning. Yeah, absolutely.
So
okay, what year was she?
She was 2011.
Okay.
Or maybe 2012.
Okay.
One of the best pure shooters in this area.
Okay.
A lot of people recognize the name Armstrong, but we've always had so many great kids, and they all come back and they come around, and like I'm sure this week Michaela will come to practice when she gets home. Smithy will come home. They'll all come and show up at practice, and just keeping like that culture of being around it. Kids just love it.
So how does the Kickapoo program get kids started young and identify who could be a potential Lady Chief in the future?
So a lot of kids, we host camps every summer. They love coming to the Little Lady Chiefs camp, and then we tell them, to come to games. They get to come into the locker room and kind of see what the locker room looks like, and then all these little teams will start to form. My daughter's on one right now. Mitch McHenry's coaching a Little Lady Chiefs team, and his daughter's in 3rd grade. And
I just saw him last week. I wish I'd known. That's
he's
great.
already starting it already, and he's Mr. Calm, cool, and collected all the time.
That
Even
makes
with
sense.
3rd graders, I'm like, I don't know how you do it, man. But so they all just kind of start playing, and then once they get to middle school, that's when I really start, I'll go watch games in 7th and 8th grade, which we've got great kids at both grades this year, and eventually they'll get to us and see what it's like.
Okay, so do you see yourself, do you got another 18 years in you? What do you think?
Oh, I don't know. Some days my kid's like, I want you to coach me, and the other day she's like, I don't want you to coach me. So we'll see.
And how old is she, you said?
She's 8, and then I got twins that are 5.
Okay.
So we'll see. We'll see. Good news is, my oldest, Tyler, she's going to be maybe 5'6", and then the twins are supposed to be like over 6 feet. So at least they wouldn't be competing for spots, because that'd be really hard.
Yeah, that would be. You don't want to deal with that.
No, I don't want any drama at home.
So, going through these Final Fours, and you end up playing these powerhouse programs, and everything just changes, I'm sure.
All the time.
Yeah, what is how do you do it during the year where you're obviously trying to improve these teams? Josie, a great example. She's playing at her best level that you've seen, and How do you maintain that getting into the postseason? All that stuff.
We sometimes will scrimmage the freshman boys because that's some good competition. It gets really feisty and really aggressive. Our girls love scrimmaging the boys. But we'll try to, at times I'll give myself away here, but we'll give them like completely unrealistic goals that they can't meet, and then if they don't meet it, then we'll run for it. So just try to make practices as hard as possible. On the flip side, like kind of preparing them, like here's what we're going to see later on down the road, stuff like that. We always try to plan our practices according to like the next 3 or 4 games, kind of in chunks at a time. And the boys always make us better because it's fast and it's physical and they love it.
Yeah. It's fun. We love to see. Like we've been running, Baylor highlights with Bella Fauntleroy on, She became a Lady Bear, just the wrong type of Lady Bear, right? Which is awesome. You couldn't blame her for that. That's good stuff.
She loves it down there.
Yeah, does she, how often do you get to see Bella?
I actually saw her last time she was here, and I just talked to her like a week ago, I want to say. She'll be in town for a few days, and I've already told her she has no choice. That she has to come up. But she came over the summer. We had an alumni night over the summer, and she came to that, and she's like, hey, I can't play, but I'm going to come. And I'm like, give me your coach's number. I need you to be playing. She's like, because of the NIL money. She's like, I can't play. But just her being there, the kids are just like mesmerized by her because she's such a great personal person, great kid, hard worker. She has like shown just what, if you work your butt off and you just put it to you just every day grind it out, what can happen. She's one of those that is a good example.
And I'm no expert on this, and I was here, my first year here was her senior year. I think she really changed her game in college, right? She has kind of reformed how she does everything, huh?
Because when she was with us, she was a post because she was so much bigger than everybody. Yeah. But her senior year, we kind of started. Jim's like, we got to pull her out, and we just need to get her out on get her into that guard spot and make her. She was a point guard one game, and the next game she was our 5. So like playing 1 through 5, she was able to gain that experience. And then when she went down to Baylor, she's like a 3-4 down there. Yeah. But she's just a physical specimen of pure muscle.
Yeah.
Every time I see her, I'm like, you've gained like 10 more pounds of muscle. She's a brute.
What does she want to do? Is it too early to really know?
Broadcast journalism.
Yeah. Oh, really? So she might come work for us.
She, I think, would love to. She had mentioned in the past, like, because she's down there where there's all sorts of, the SEC network, and she's down there where it's, ESPN type stuff. I don't know if she wants to play overseas. She has mentioned it. It wouldn't surprise me if she did. But she really loves the broadcast journalism stuff.
Well, you always knew Bella has a great smile. She'd be great for TV. Yes. We would all benefit. And we love the idea of someone carrying the banner from the Ozarks, okay?
I'll let her know. I'll text
absolutely. Let her know. Like, we do have an internship program here. Yeah. And we actually haven't had an intern in a little while, so we are due. Yeah, just let her know.
Yeah, she'd be great.
She might be too big for us, though. I don't know. She's a big deal.
She never thinks she's too big for anything.
I know. She's very humble. I remember I met her parents at a...
Oh, great people.
Yeah. I met her folks over at the... Who was the coach? No, it was Coach Alford was in town.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because Will played for him.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and he was there, and there was a big ceremony. Believe it. Yes, they were honoring. The name escapes me. One of the former great Bear players. Yes, at halftime, and so we had a chance. That was the one game that wasn't aired on ESPN, and we were really frustrated because we had to like get creative to get video of it. Yeah. We didn't know why. We're like, there's one game all season you guys didn't have on ESPN Plus, but we were able to get some from their communications department, so it worked out. But yeah, and I remember, I just remember expecting, like, because I knew that they had been just legends in their own right, and they were so humble, so nice. And I was like, of course, that's why Bella's like this. You know what I mean?
And then they have a son who's a freshman this year.
Okay.
But he doesn't play basketball.
Okay.
He's playing soccer.
Okay.
So it was like, I remember when Bella was a senior, she's like, we're trying to get Tripp to play basketball, and he's like, not for me. Yeah. And she goes, I think he's actually the smartest one out of all of us to not do it.
Yeah. Well, listen, you're perfect. Like, that's funny. So, all sports require footwork, right? You start with soccer as a kid and you go from there. Isn't that kind of like what a lot of coaches want to see?
I want kids to do multiple sports. I don't understand why we're all specializing in 7th or 8th grade. To me, you should do it all.
Yeah. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. The concept of specialization. Is it true people get hurt a little bit easier if they just do the same sport over and over again?
That's what I've been told. I'm not. It makes sense to me if you're, swinging a bat the same every single, doing that every single day, or hitting a volleyball, or shooting hoops the same. Like, be coached by somebody else. Go do a sport that you're not necessarily comfortable with, and work on those movements that you're not comfortable with. Yeah. Do it all, because at one point in your life, it's all going to end, and you're going to look back and maybe I wish I'd tried that sport, or I wish I'd done this.
Of course, absolutely. That makes a lot of sense. And we look at like I'll use Adam McKnight at Nixa, for example. I don't remember how many points. He got 40-some-odd points the other day in a basketball game. I think it was. Might have been wrong.
It was like the second game. He was, I heard
right
all
after
about
the football season
the
ended.
girls were all talking about it. He just had 46 points.
Yeah.
And he just got done playing like literally, was it like 3 days? 3 or 4 days after?
It was
That's
right
impressive.
after the state championship game.
That's crazy.
I mean, he would have been the hero of that game if not for a historic performance on the other side from their running back.
I was keeping updated on Twitter, and I just kept saying, "Come on!"
I know.
Come on.
I know.
And then Scott Purrier, I saw his tweet, and I was like, "Man, Coach Perry at Nixa, he's done a tremendous job.
Yeah.
Tremendous job. And those guys, it's hard. Trust me, I know what it's like to go get there back
yes,
to back
right,
and not
exactly.
get there. It's hard, but when you have that time to reflect back and see, the memories, those things will always outweigh maybe necessarily like the second or first place.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know if this would be considered the first kind of big mile marker on the season when you go to the pink and white like you do every year and you have so much success like you typically do. What are the things that you try to work on at a tournament like this?
So we always tell the girls we kind of break it up into, it's 2 tournaments, two-day tournaments, kind of like when you go to the Final Four when you're playing in your district championship or district tournament. I'm sorry, excuse me. It's two days. So you got to make it through the first day, 2 days, and then you get a day off, and then the second 2 days you got to come in and ready to prepare because it's hard. It's hard to play 4 games in 5 days.
Yeah.
And preparing and watching the film and understanding the personnel and the scouting department, all the things.
Yeah.
So we have already started. We've already gotten film on all the teams that we could potentially play. Because you never, you think you're going to maybe play this team, and then like last year, Hillcrest had that huge run where they upset Nixa and they ended up playing in the championship type deal. So you just kind of got to prepare for everybody, and then have your core stuff that you're really good at, and then maybe throw in a few things every game to kind of throw them off, and just make sure your girls are prepared.
The day after Christmas it starts this year.
Yeah.
I looked at it, I was like, okay, Christmas is on a Thursday, so we're probably just going to wait till the next week. No, like right away.
Right after.
Yeah.
Immediately. And it's been like that the past few years. I remember when I played, there was a tournament called the KTXR, and it was at Drury and Weiser Gym.
Okay, yeah,
and so they had 4, like the 4 best local teams, and then they would get 4 out-of-state teams, and it was only by invite.
Yeah.
And so we played in that all 4 years, and that's probably why people like to play at Weiser. I loved playing at Weiser.
Yeah.
And then kind of it just due to money and budget cuts and things like that, and teams not being able to come in and travel as much, that's when they made the pink and white. So it's really good to see all the teams in the area and kind of see how you measure up. We're always going to have a big target on our back because we're one of the biggest schools in the area. But our girls love the tournament. It's a big one.
Okay, so obviously the family understands that Christmas Day is Christmas, but then the next day it's all basketball, right?
All right back to it.
Yeah.
That's been our lives my whole life. I mean, even when I was a player, that's how it was.
Big plans for Christmas or the holidays?
My family, so my brother lives in Florida. He came down for Thanksgiving, so he won't be coming down for Christmas. But my folks still live here, my grandma, my aunt. We all may have some cousins in town. We'll try to get together at my folks' house, and it'll be pretty low-key.
Nice.
Watch the Chiefs, even though don't really know if it's worth watching.
Oh, I know, right?
Jeez.
Nobody saw this coming.
Josie this morning was like, I thought you were going to make us come in and practice on Sunday after the Chiefs lost. And I was like, I'm not that mean, but yeah.
Yeah, do you know we were just hearing that he literally tears it on Sunday, has the surgery on Monday.
Don't you usually have to wait for like the swelling?
Listen, I always thought that, yeah.
But when you're Patrick Mahomes, I mean.
Yeah.
Now I've read online that it was just the ACL.
You know what?
But no one's ever going to know, right?
Let's literally do this in real time, because before you walked in, I was actually working on the show for today, and let's see what the headline said here, because I looked it up. I think he tore his LCL as well. I think so.
The way his knee locked out, I thought, oh man. I thought it was like the same injury from, what, 4 or 5 years ago where it locked out on the push.
Tore the LCL too. I know, yeah.
But I guess we don't have to have swelling go down. Just, you've got millions and millions of dollars.
I just think, I don't know how it works. So funny story. So I actually, today's my first day not wearing my knee brace. So I tore my ACL over the summer.
Playing basketball?
Playing volleyball,
okay,
yes.
Okay.
No, I don't know if I could play coach anymore. Like, seriously, like, my knees are so shot. I was playing sand volleyball with my friends.
That is hard to move.
Yeah, I know. Well, the thing is, though, at least it feels softer. It tricks you. And it was just like first game. I organized the whole team in this league with my friends, and yeah, exactly. Yeah, I tore my ACL, had the surgery. The guy who did my surgery, though, because I kind of pulled some strings, no big deal. But I knew the coach, so the Warsaw connection we have when we get Warsaw scores, and his name's Adam Howe, and his daughter's Tana, who is the best hitter on that team, even though they won the state title without her. And I said, hey, I know, because Tana tore her ACL, and she's going D1. I was like, I know he would have gone to someone good. Sure. It's like, just give me who'd you go to, you know? And he's like, yeah, Dr. Vincent Key, he is the Royals team doctor. And I was like, let's go.
Sign me up.
I know, so I called, and they're like, well, he's not taking new patients. I'm like, well, I know Adam Howe. And like, I tell Adam this all the time, and like, they got me right in.
Because of that,
So yesterday morning, I happened to have my follow-up with him. And so I was in there, I'm like, so are you doing Mahomes' knee? He's like, no, they always go to Texas for that. There's a couple guys in Texas that everyone goes to. And I was like,
he's from there, right?
Yeah, so. Exactly. So then we, like a few hours later, like Ian Rappaport tweets out, he's like, hey, like he's going to Texas, and I was like, I kind of had it, sort of, not really. I couldn't really confirm that, but like that's what Dr. Key told me. Yeah.
Very
so
cool.
The Royals, Dr. Key is like, he is not only amazing because he's the team doctor. He's one of the few doctors that I guess Rob Manfred really like relies on when he when he needs to get some information about the medical field when it comes to Major League Baseball. So I was like, wow, this guy's amazing, and I got really lucky with that.
Sounds like you owe the guy from Warsaw.
I do.
Something.
I do. Well, luckily I have done the Athlete of the Week story on his oldest daughter.
Okay.
I think now, God, she's what, a senior over at Evansville? Time flies. It's like, Adam's a man, but we try to, I'm the Warsaw guy. I try to go to Warsaw whenever I can, but it's like the outer edge of Virginia.
Like,
it's
there's like
2 hours away.
There's nothing to do there. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
Play sports, I guess.
Yeah. Sweet. So, okay, what's next? You guys have practice this morning, right?
Yep, we practice in the morning, 6 a.m.
Okay. Wow. Yeah.
They hate me at first, so once you kind of get into a routine, like we have a lot of kids that have jobs after school or that have to babysit, or they're younger siblings or involved in other things. And then the biggest thing they like is I have to be done by 7:30 so they can get ready for school.
Okay.
I can't continue to just have to let it go and get ready, so that's probably the best
That works out good.
Yeah.
Okay.
We've been doing that for about 10 years now.
And how many days a week is that?
So we were off Sunday and Monday because of the tournament. So we'll go Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday this week.
All at 6 a.m.?
All at 6 a.m.
Wow, okay. Yeah. Coach, it's amazing, and that's why you're able to talk to us in the afternoon today, which I really appreciate.
Because
then I didn't have to get up early.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
So I'm ready. Yeah, and I was already up anyway, so for sure.
Did we touch all the topics? Anything else you want to talk about?
No.
You got these notes yet? I want to make sure we touched on everything.
I think we got it all. I mean, we got a solid junior class. Did I tell you about the Link kids at all?
No.
I've got one that she's getting looks from Missouri State, Illinois State, Louisiana Tech, Colorado, and Marquette, which her brother's at Marquette.
Okay.
Her name's Anaya Perry.
Okay, yes.
She's one of the ones that came to us from Link. The other one that came to us, she tore her ACL, so she won't be back till next year.
Okay.
But then we've got another little guard named Anaya Doig. She's 5'5".
Yes. Glad you said her name, by the way, and I said it right last time I had her on there. It's hard.
We call her Fofo. Her number's 44. We call her Fofo.
Fofo, okay.
And then we got the girl from Glendale, Ari Warren, who's one of our best three-point shooters.
Okay.
So we've got a bunch of kids. I got some sophomores. Amari, which is Anaya's sister, she was with us last year, so we got sisters on the team. And it's funny to watch them interact. They're really quiet kids, like naturally, but when they compete in practice, it gets pretty intense.
That is the fun part when we get to see that. We just see the differences,
But yeah, we got some good kids.
You think this is the team that finally breaks through to get that state title again here?
We got to win districts first. We got Glendale, Republic, Nixa, all of the big names in our district.
It's a good coach answer right there.
Can't ever look too far ahead.
You do have some good teams to face there.
Yeah, for sure. Republic, you better guard the three. I mean, they in our tournament, they came to our tournament.
Yeah.
I think in the first half, my assistant had counted, they made like 12 threes in one half.
Yeah, okay. Jeez.
Yeah.
Okay.
So everybody's going to be ready for each other, and it's always a loaded district. But thanks for having me on.
Yeah, thanks for coming on. This is awesome.
This is great.
We're finally we are schooled on now the girls basketball scene from you. All these notes have been perfect, so it's good.
Yeah, I always wanted to make sure I didn't, because I screw up sometimes. You kind of just start talking and then you forget, and then just want to make sure I had it covered. So.
Awesome. Well, she's Leslie Hanchey. Thanks for coming in, Coach. And good luck the rest of the season. Good luck in the pink and white year.
Thank you.
Have an awesome Christmas with your family there.
You as well. Thank you.
Thank you.